New World School of the Arts is an educational partnership between Miami-Dade County Public Schools, Miami-Dade College, and the University of Florida. Located in downtown Miami, New World School of the Arts offers the high school diploma as well as the 2-year Associate of Arts degree, leading to the 4-year Bachelor of Fine Arts and Bachelor of Music degrees. New World School of the Arts was created by the Florida Legislature in 1986, and today we have world-recognized alumni in dance, music, theater, and visual arts who often come back to our school to continue inspiring the new generation of artists.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Figuring the Arts. My name is Vivian Maria Lopez and I'm here at New World School of the Arts, located at Miami-Dade College, Wolfson campus in downtown. And I'm here with Gabby Diaz. She's a New World School of the Arts alumna and also winner of So You Think You Can Dance, and also with the Dean of Dance, Mary Lisa Burns. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First off, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tell me a bit about your background.
I trained here at New World School of the Arts for high school, graduated with a lot of wonderful training under my belt thanks to the department here, and tried out college for a bit. Felt like it wasn't for me at the time, so I convinced my parents to let me please audition for this season 12 of So You Think You Can Dance. Went out for my audition for that, and luckily after that it just went rolling.
I know it certainly has. So you have been in the competition, also in the tour. How many cities have you toured? And tell me a little bit about the whole competition overall.
The competition was about 10 weeks of live television, voting, and that whole process. And then after the competition, we went on a 70-city tour of the U.S. and Canada.
That's amazing.
Which was pretty incredible.
Yes. Mary Lisa, and how do you feel that New World School of the Art prepares our students, our dancers, for something as big as this huge competition, So You Think You Can Dance?
Well, Gabby's very modest. She says, luckily, things rolled along after she went to the first audition, but it wasn't luck. It was a lot of hard work and a lot of talent. Gabby is an extraordinary example, but she is a good example of the training that New World provides to its students. We want them to become strong technicians, but we want them to be creative. We want them to be great performers. And Gabby's a great example of the kind of versatility that we hope to engender. All of our dancers study both ballet and modern, and Gabby did some jazz while she was here as well, and got to perform in a variety of styles, which I think probably helped her along the way. And So You Think You Can Dance. But it was just a pleasure, Gabby, to watch you throughout that competition. We were so proud, not just of your dancing, which was extraordinary, but of your poise and your generosity of spirit, all your partners that you danced with. I just can't imagine how difficult it is every week to dance for a different choreographer with a different partner.
It was difficult, but I do feel like the training at New World helped me with that. Definitely the discipline I learned at New World from all my ballet classes and my modern classes. I loved auditioning for all the pieces that were offered to us at New World, which helps. Getting to work with the different choreographers here helped prepare me for all the different choreographers I was going to get a chance to work with on the show. The pieces here are demanding physically, as well as the pieces on the show were demanding. So I was definitely in the best shape I could have possibly been in coming out of the program here, which helped in the long run for the show because our 70-city tour was very physically demanding as well. So you have to make sure to be in shape. I learned how to take care of my body as well in this program, which came in handy a lot across the tour as well. You have to maintain your body and try not to get injured, because 70 cities and you want to give the best performance you can to every audience. And everything I learned in this program I carried with me throughout the competition and the tour.
And I think the fact that you say New World has been so important to you, because I understand that even after all the touring and all the busy schedule that really you've had, you still took the time to come over to New World School of the Arts and talk to our students and everything. And that was such an incredible thing. I know they were so excited. And tell me a little bit about when you came back and how it all was and what you shared with the students as well.
I love getting to come back as often as I can. Unfortunately, I've been busy and haven't been in Miami for too long, but I love getting to come back and remind them how grateful I am for them and the classes they offered me, because it is a free program, and that's incredible. The training you get here, you can't get at any other school in Miami-Dade, not for free, for sure. So I'm very grateful for them and love getting to come back and remind them how grateful I am for them and give back to this program as much as I can.
Any special advice that you recall, some of them asking you a question particularly that you can share also with other dancers, other students, or people who are looking forward to something as strong as a competition like that?
Just keep taking class, and don't take any class for granted, as whatever you put into a class is what you're going to take out of it, and you learn that here. Because you do take a lot of classes, and they do a great job of bringing in guest teachers for us and keeping the program fun and exciting, and we'll have guest choreographers come choreograph. So just keep taking class and always put your best foot forward, because you never know who you'll see again in your dance career.
That's true, that's true.
I know that our students were so excited to hear you and see you just so shortly after that competition was over, Gabby. I mean, they had just been watching you on television, dancing every week all summer long when they were on vacation. And then here you were at New World. It's really meaningful for them and inspiring to see a young artist such as yourself who's really putting the time, the hard work, and who has achieved so much so soon. So really, all our congratulations. We were so proud of you.
Thank you.
So Gabby, so you think you can dance is beautiful to the audience, but what really happens backstage? Tell me about that.
It is a very physically demanding competition. I got a taste of what it would be like dancing that many hours at New World, but it's a whole other level on that show. You have rehearsals from about 6:30 in the morning to 10:30 p.m. and you only get to see about 1:30 that routine Monday nights live on television, but people don't get to see the long hours you put in to rehearsals for those pieces, all the work that the crew puts in, the hair, the makeup. There's so many conversations that happen behind the scenes before you perform that piece live on Monday nights that can be overwhelming for some people, but I tried to just take it one day at a time and breathe through all those stressful moments, and it got me through to the end.
Stay focused, because this is what you love. And for anyone who loves this as well, your advice would be the same thing. If this is your dream, make sure you get to it, right? Make sure.
You can achieve any goal if you do it with integrity, and if it's with love and it comes from your heart, you can achieve anything.
Gabby, congratulations again. All the very, very best. So we're going to take a very quick break. And Mary Lisa, you stay with me. Friends, we're going to come back with more Figuring the Arts with another student from New World School of the Arts. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Figuring the Arts. I'm still here with the Dean of Dance, Mary Lisa Burns, and now we're joined by a graduate of our college program, Sarah Matry-Guerre. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Sarah, what have you done since you graduated from New World School of the Arts?
So when I graduated from New World School of the Arts in 2011, I went as a freelancer to New York City. I worked with a few companies there. Stephanie Nelson, Zvi Guttenberg, that is like a big ballet master right now in the city. And I went back to Europe, worked with in a dance theater over there. And then I came back and joined one of the national company in Mexico City, the Tanya Parasalis Dance Company. And I've been in the company since 2012 and assisting the choreographer in running the company since 2014.
That is wonderful. Mary Lisa, can you tell us a little bit more about the New World School of the Arts dance program?
Sure. Sarah's a great example of what we try to instill in the students and offer them, which is a program that offers a lot of training in dance technique. That's a basis, but encourages students to find their own artistic voices, to develop as choreographers, to develop as artists, to discover their own point of view, and try and make connections to the professional world. The students all choreograph while they're here. They study 2 years of composition. They have a lot of connection, as much as we can provide to the professional world. Our faculty are professionals in the dance field with a number of connections of their own, and we're fortunate we're able to have guests come in and work with the students so that by the time, hopefully, someone graduates, they have an idea of what their path might be. As I am sure that Sarah has become promoted to be an assistant to the choreographer because she's worn many hats and had a number of different experiences. She's been a choreographer while at New World. She's been a dancer. She has had to direct people and encourage them, not just in their technique, but in their dramatic approach to a dance role. And she's had to learn how to be a professional. The etiquette, the dedication, the discipline, the passion. Those are the students that we are fortunate to have, and our faculty work with them during the time they have with us to grow their individual voices, and so that they can take their place in the professional field, as Sarah has so beautifully.
Mary-Lisa, tell me about New World School of the Arts training.
Sure. It is based, all the students in the college study both modern and ballet equally. So that gives them a solid foundation. They study the classic modern techniques. They study ballet from a variety of different stylistic perspectives. And in addition to which, we have some faculty members who teach their own more eclectic style of contemporary dance. And then the training also includes guest artists and guest choreographers. So the curriculum also includes 2 years of dance composition, 2 years of music for dance, anatomy, the kind of basic general knowledge that will support a professional career over the long haul.
And the performance-based?
Yes, it's really geared towards training people for the professional world. So the students have a number of opportunities throughout the year to perform. That's an essential part of their training. The rehearsal process, how do you support the work of a choreographer as a dancer, what is the discipline of that like, what is the etiquette of it like, and then we bring works to the stage so that they're fully realized. We do a little bit of touring and try to bring the work to the community as well, so that they've had a lot of performance experience by the time they graduate.
What about the BFA?
The seniors create their own weekend of performances. They begin work almost a year in advance. They choreograph the works that are performed. They dance them, but they create the overall theme. They combine their individual voices to create a group evening, and each year it's unique and different in tone, in theme, but it always reflects both their individual voices artistically as well as their identity as a group. They take on every aspect of that performance. They do the publicity, they oversee the costumes, they plan the budget, as well as taking over the artistic aspects, with, of course, the support of the faculty. But in the end, it's their capstone project and brings, their artistic voices to the stage.
And talking about BFA, Sarah, do you remember your BFA concert?
Yes, I do. So in my class, we were 26 people, which was a very large group. So we decided to, as a group, make it an evening-length concert without any stop and having like a thread throughout the entire concert. We did a lot. We had a really great class with a lot of international people and a lot of creative mind. So we really did. We brought white floor because it didn't used to be white floor. We really wanted it to be white floor. We found people that could get, it's really about trying to pull strings wherever you can, because of course we have a budget, but the budget is not a lot. So you have to find ways to get everything.
Get creative.
Get creative. And that, I think, was like what we remember all the most. It was how to get to what we wanted. And it was a great show. We had a lot of fun creating it.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you, Mary Lisa. And we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with more Figuring the Arts right after this. Welcome back to Figuring the Arts, and I'm now here with Mr. Peter London, New World School of the Arts professor and former principal dancer at the Martha Graham Dance Company. Professor London teaches the Graham technique and has coached and set Graham's works on New World School of the Arts students, and a number of New World School of the Arts alumni have joined the Martha Graham Dance Company. Also joining us here in the studio is college student Emily Lipala. Welcome. So happy to have you here. So tell me a bit about the technique, about the Martha Graham technique.
Well, the Martha Graham technique, I like to think of it, it prepares the dancer on 3 different levels. First, to strengthen the body and give the dancer a sense of themselves and part of this, the spiritual self as well. And then there's a psychological level. Martha Graham studied the works of Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, and she brought that into the work that she was creating. So there are 3 different levels. I believe that the work assists the dancer in developing themselves as a very powerful communicator in 3 different levels, both physically, spiritually, and psychologically. So that is how I approach the work in training the dancer. And having worked with Martha Graham herself directly and a lot of the stars of the company, I trained the dancers to prepare them to actually, as if they were going to dance in the Graham Company at that very high level. And so whether they dance in the company or not or want to, they're trained at a very high level, which is the standard that Martha Graham set for her company.
What would you say is the most rewarding of teaching that Martha Graham technique to our New World School of the Arts students?
The excitement is to see when they start to recognize that there's a personal self and their personal lives can be added to what they're doing in the technique class, and owning that. So that's and just becoming mature and having that ownership about their own lives and how that can affect the work that they're doing. And that's what's exciting about seeing that happen in the classroom with the students.
And in which way do you think they prepare them for going to the professional world once they graduate here from New World?
Well, the way I teach the class is exactly the way we were taught at the Graham School by the company dancers, principal dancers, and Martha Graham herself. So I actually teach them the class, but I also coach them whilst I'm teaching the way Martha coached us whilst we and the directors of the Graham Company when we were preparing to perform the work. So they're getting a double training at the same time. So once they finish, they literally can leave the school if they want to and go straight to the Martha Graham Company, which many of them have actually done.
What is it like a day in the life for you as a professor here at New World School of the Arts?
Well, I always have a plan, and the plan I teach in the high school and the college as well. So my plan is, and I have about almost 200 students, and each one of them needs something. So my plan is what do I bring to the classroom to help move the student forward. So I'm always focused on how I'm going to get a student to get to the next level. And once I get into the classroom, I push very hard. So it's like teaching and coaching. And so that's very exciting. And I usually choreograph as well. So I also have my plans for the choreography and creating new works, and also working with students, not always repertory, but seeing what they can bring to the choreography. So it's very exciting to work like that. So that's my day, creating and teaching and coaching and having a very exciting time with the students.
What about you, Emily? How do you feel having the great coaching by Professor London and also being a student at the World School of the Arts?
Well, his class is definitely one of the more, you really have to think the whole way through. Like if you're not thinking, you're definitely not processing what he's telling you. And although like it is movement based, it's very, very mental. Everything that he says, it has to be thought about and like really take the value in, just by like processing, trying, and then, repeating.
How do you feel that your dance has changed by learning the Martha Graham technique?
I definitely feel very more connected to my core since we've started this for sure. Especially this past week, we've been in an intensive rehearsing for his new piece, and so we've had like Graham technique class every morning and in the afternoon, and like I actually already feel it when we're dancing, which is exciting and definitely like it's hard. It's been an interesting process, but I'm definitely like feeling some differences for sure.
You feel the changes and everything. And for other students who might be interested in then pursuing this, other dancers, any specific advice or any recommendations?
The one thing I'm actually trying to think about right now a lot is contractions. And then when you stand up, they're the exact same as when you're sitting on the floor. It's a little hard to explain, I guess, if you don't know. But like, it's just what you learn on the floor is the basis of what you do when you stand up and are dancing on your feet.
Emily, I know you have done a lot of ballet. How do you feel that the ballet has helped you broaden your horizon?
Well, to me, ballet is the basis for everything. Everyone has ballet, whether or not you're like a jazz dancer or you want to be a ballet dancer. There's like there's a basis that you learn from it. You learn how to activate specific muscles and, have more articulation as well as the grace that it involves. So there's that, and then using that with your other techniques that you learn, Graham for one, there are several others that we learn here as well, but you can apply what you learn from one technique to another technique, and it really helps you learn to grow with it and keep progressing it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Emily. And Professor, if you could stay with us. Friends, we're going to come back with more Figuring the Arts right after this short break. And welcome back to another segment of Figuring the Arts. I'm here with Professor Peter London and student Rudy Garcia. Peter, how do you know when a student has grasped the Martha Graham technique?
Well, the technique is in 3 levels. We have the beginning level, intermediate, and advanced level. And there's a basic set of movements and series and phrases that you learn. And then each next level, it's advanced, that strengthens the body to produce the repertory. There are different levels of repertory as well, very extreme work. We have chorus work, soloist work, and principal work, and they all at different levels that you have to have strength and the ability to communicate dramatically and so on and so forth. And what Martha did in terms of creating the technique is after the dances were created, she drew specific material from those dances and then brought it in the classroom, broke it down to a certain level to train the dancers. So on those levels, once the dancers have arrived at the advanced level technique and they go beyond that in artistry, then I believe they have arrived. When they start to look like what Martha would choose for her own company, then that's when I know they have arrived at an advanced level and also ready to perhaps audition for the Martha Graham Dance Company.
And Rudy, how do you feel as a male dancer that the Martha Graham technique has helped you channel the power and the energy of this kind of dance?
I feel the Martha Graham technique really helps us because we have to use our core a lot and it strengthens us. So a lot of the floor work moves up to the standing. So once we get on our feet and we start moving, we do jumps and leaps and we go across the floor. Having the strength and our core there and alert and ready helps us move on and go forth with the movement.
And also as a male dancer, I think because perhaps males have a different kind of energy than females, so you think it has given you some balance or some...
It definitely has strengthened me as a male dancer. Being a male, we do need to be stronger. We need to be able to lift the girls and lift our own weight and jump and do all types of things and movements. So yes, I feel like it has helped a lot.
Rudy, how has the insistence of your teachers in getting you to the next level of excellence affected you?
Well, here at New World, we definitely do get pushed. We have styles, we have ballet and we have different styles of modern as well. We have Horton, we have Limon, and we have Graham. So definitely every teacher does push us to the limit. They do try to help us to understand the technique as well. So we're not just throwing our bodies, we're really getting to the core, getting the feel for each technique and moving forward.
Well, in terms of the students moving them to excellence, what we have here at Newell School of the Arts, which is unique, is that many of our faculty members have danced in professional dance companies, and so they bring with them the artistry. They're teaching artists. And so they work with students as if the student is a professional dancer in a dance company. So that's the added benefit to students being taught by teaching artists, which helps them to move up very quickly to the level of excellence as performing artists.
How intense are the classes during this program?
Very intense. We start our day off with ballet, so we have an hour-and-a-half ballet class. And after ballet, we have modern. And each teacher really pushes us to our limits. And definitely, being at New World School of the Arts, I've grown a lot of stamina because dancing for 3 hours straight and having our teachers constantly making us go more and go more. I've gotten stronger as a dancer, as a performer, as a person as well.
Yes, help you mature, grow mentally, it's giving you strength
mentally,
and more
everything.
focus, right?
Yes.
Peter, and tell us a little bit more about your class today.
Today's class, we were working on the floor work. The Matagram technique has 3 different levels. Half an hour on the floor usually, that is done specifically to strengthen the core of the body, the abdominals, and then the muscles of the back, and to focus on communication using the eyes and the face. And then we stand up, and then we do standing and using the material from the floor, the use of the strength of the back and the abdominal muscles. Stand up on the floor to then present yourself to the audience and strengthen the legs. And then afterwards, we saw that we did across the floor, then moving all of that from the floor to the standing across the floor, which you'll use for dancing. So that is what we were working on today in the classroom. So we prepare the dancer for a performance, and they have to be very focused. One, in the Graham technique and the Graham tradition, once you enter the Graham classroom, you're on stage. So you will see that they're very focused, very professional, as if they're actually doing a performance, because you train to perform as you will be performing, and that's how the class is done.
So you feel your students achieve that level of excellence that you expected?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so very much, Peter, and thank you so much, Rudy. All the very best to you. And this is it for this edition of Figuring the Arts. This is Vivian Maria Lopez from New World School of the Arts. Until next time. New World School of the Arts is a place where creativity and inspiration fill the halls, galleries, and studios each and every day. Whether it's dance, music, theater, or visual arts, our students are eager to share their craft and their passion. By joining us at our performances and exhibitions, you are supporting the next generation of artists, and you're helping our community expand its artistic vision and enrich the landscape of our city. We look forward to seeing you at one of our upcoming events.